between all of us, can we come up with $10,000?
Yeah.
Now, after I teach you how to do one, can you do one on your own?
Maybe.
When you do this deal on the system, does it work? You have between 4 and 8 people per group. There will be no more than 8 people. It could be 8 corporations, and there could be 4 people in each group. As we grow, that's how it'll go. Is it okay if we do that together for a few years and then you go on your own? Once I've given you a system on how to operate. How many of you have operated a 100-unit apartment complex? How about a 400, 500-unit storage facility? How many of you believe that if you found one today and that old instinct kicked in and you said, I don't need nobody for this one, I just got to give them $10,000 and do it for myself. How many of you believe you could get yourself in trouble?
Ooh, easily.
Big time.
There's
About
no
30 seconds.
in seconds, and you realize, oh my goodness. The hotel. How many of you have been to my hotel? About most of you. When I bought it to convert it into an assisted living facility. I knew nothing. When I mean nothing except that I used to stay in them, and I used to pay for 1 day, and I used to get out. When I realized, made some changes. And I gotta watch my time. Made some changes. I said, wow, I can do this. 6 of us, even Celso's learning how to run a hotel. You're gonna learn how to do all this. Does that mean I want you to have a job doing so that when you have these and you're sipping your virgin or non-virgin pina colada in some island beach somewhere, and you're looking at it in your phone or your iPad, right? You're going, yesterday, it was about 11:35 in the morning, and we have people checking out. And my wife says, why is he mopping the hallway now when people are checking in and out? I called him up, and I said, Toby, you're not protecting me. He goes, what are you talking about? You're mopping the hallway while people are going back and forth. I said, when they sue me, I will fire you for negligence. So of course they know that you're looking. So you want to be able to look and see what's going on. Is that okay? You're in control, yet you're not there. Does that work?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Now, so you found the property. You found the property, and what do? You
Oh, you.
what papers you give them? How many of you do not want to? Anybody here a lawyer? I just don't want to offend any lawyers, you know. How many of you want to be a lawyer? 70, 80 hours a week for the rest of your life. Promise you that. Even when you're on vacation and everything else. Now, land trust. So you get your property, and is it okay if I turn my thing on here? No. Oh, yes, okay, thank you. See, these mouths. Thank you. I'm looking for... No, I'm trying to find this. So you find a house. A friend of mine, you run out?
No, you have 1 extra.
Okay. Somebody, I'll bring it up in a minute. You find a house, you have bad credit, and you got no money. All you got is a $100 bill. Okay? That's the scenario that we're working with right now. Or you have great credit, you still have $100. Or you have great credit, a lot of money, and you only want to spend $100. It doesn't really matter, right? So you pick up a piece of property, like the one I just did in Spring Hill, 2,400 square feet. What do you think I'm going to turn that house into?
Yellow. Right size.
You think I'm gonna make $700 on it?
More.
No, I'm gonna turn it into an ALF in Spring Hill. In-ground pool, 4 rooms, 3 baths. I was like, kidding me?
Pool?
I'd give, it's got a pool.
Pool? Did you keep a pool?
Yeah.
3 baths? Can't fall in, can't fall out, right?
Yeah, you pull in, you put a fence around it.
There's an enclosure.
Yes, yes. So, you don't wanna spend thousands of dollars in the paperwork. So, this is what I do. Once again, I'm not giving you legal advice. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm not telling you how to do this. I'm telling you what I do, okay? Just wanna clarify it. I give them a notice saying, hey, these are the following, I can make this bigger, can I? Sure I can.
F11.
So,
Look at that. I learned that by mistake. Look at that. I give them a notice that says these forms are for your convenience. They're probably acceptable in your area. However, these forms are examples only. Why am I doing that? Because I'm still protecting me. Before using them, they should be reviewed by competent legal counsel. Blah, 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 blah. Okay? It tells them these are land trust documents. Now, some of you already do this. I'll tell you what I do, though, that you may or may not do. If you're not familiar with a land trust, who is not familiar with what a land trust is? You got some hands, okay, about a third of you. A land trust is a document. If you look at the document that says there are many ways that homes can be purchased subject to a wraparound mortgage, all-inclusive trust deeds, and contract for deeds. Also known as an agreement for deed, installment land contract, or simply land contract. And among the more popular strategies used by experienced investors. In fact, these methods have worked so well for so many years that many real estate brokerage and title companies will do the paperwork for these types of transactions as a standard course of business. Let me go to bottom. This chapter will explain, last chapter, fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4th chapter. This chapter will explain the application of land trust and show the necessary paperwork needed to complete the process. Be aware, however, that many real estate agents will tell you that buying a home subject to, especially when using land trust, is illegal, and that they could lose their license or go to jail for doing such a transaction. That is simply not true. I'm going to show you why it's not true. If you go to the 3rd page, why are there holes in these? Why are there holes in these? Remember those notebooks that you get? You know why I gave them to you empty? So you don't read them during class. And so that you don't, if I gave you the billboards, how many of you know that billboards are fabulous? How many employees do you need for a billboard?
none.
None. You need a little light that every now and then it goes out. And you pay somebody $25, $30 to go up there, unscrew it, and screw it in. And when a windstorm comes by and blows the, who pays for it? No, the person that's advertising. I'm working on a contract. The guy has 40 of them for $2 million. Not easy. He wants all cash. It brings in about $90,000 a month. I said, why are you selling? He says, I need the money. Okay. Why not just go borrow the money to do whatever you need? Anyways, that's just me. Okay, so this says clearly on the 3rd page, the St. Germain Act of 1982. How many of you are familiar with that?
No.
3, 4, 2 of them, 3 of you. During the 1970s and 80s, thousands of people lost their homes due to their bank's unfair predatory foreclosure practices regarding the use of revocable living trusts. Consequently, they complained to their congressman and demanded that the U.S. Congress step in and pass laws to prevent others from losing their homes. Congress finally got involved and in 1992 passed the St. Germain Depository Institutions Act. This act contains several clauses that are very beneficial to us as investors. Chief among them is Section D8 regarding the creation of revocable living trusts. It states, in Part D, a lender may not, repeat, may not exercise its option pursuant to a due on sale clause. Who does not know what a due on sale clause is? Everybody knows what it, okay, a due on sale clause. You buy your house from Bank of America, and you buy it in the name of your name and your husband's name. Things change, so you sold it on an agreement for deed, contract for deed, or one of the above that we just mentioned, and then the bank finds out, and so before they could go ahead and foreclose on the house, demand full payment. How about this? You don't make payments, and when you don't make payments, they exercise their due on sale or acceleration clauses. Okay, they're about the same, but they're not. So that's a due on sale. You transfer, somehow you transferred it, and now they're saying, you know what, we want the full $100,000. Okay, now, so a lender may not exercise this option pursuant to a due on sale clause upon a transfer into an inter vivos trust, also known as a revocable or irrevocable trust, land trust, in which the borrower is and remains a beneficiary, and which does not relate to a transfer of rights of occupancy in the property. How many want me to translate that into English? Okay, right. English says, I buy the house. How many of you have been to my house? So we're going to use that as an example. Okay. I take my house that I bought with my wife, and my attorney, one of them, says, you need to put this house in a trust, because if you put it into a revocable trust, when you die, it does not have to go through probate. How many of you heard that? Right? Some of you have a trust. Now, so I put it in a trust, but I remain as the beneficiary. It says this trust named the Mike trying to avoid probate trust. Right? That's what it really means, right? Is dated on this day, March the 2nd, for the benefit of Maritza and Mike. The bank cannot call the loan. Now, same trust, I am now selling my house to sell. If I give him a deed that says Mike and Maritza give the deed